The Challenger disaster. The Challenger disaster happened on the morning of January 28, 1986. What seemed to be a wonderful event turned into a nightmare for those inside the space shuttle, as well as millions witnessing it, either live at the launch or at home on the television. It would shock the entire nation of the United States. This is what happened during the morning of the Challenger disaster. The Challenger was initially set to launch on January 22nd, but since the weather conditions were bad and there were some technical difficulties, they delayed the launch for 6 days. The morning of the official launch on January 28th, the temperature was very cold. Superiors were actually warned about possible failures due to the cold temperatures. These warnings were apparently not serious enough for them to delay the launch any longer, so they ignored them. The event was finally set and liftoff began at 11:30 a.m. Everything was set and the Challenger was lifting. It was not but 73 seconds later that the Challenger exploded, leaving everyone on the ground left in shock. They could not believe what had happened. The Challenger claimed the lives of all 7 astronauts on board: Michael J. Smith, Dick Scroby, Ronald McNair, Ellison Onizuka, Gregory Jarvis, Judith Resnick, and Krista McAuliffe, a high school teacher from New Hampshire. This horrific event was now to be investigated onto what really happened that morning. President Ronald Reagan designed a special commission to find out what issues went on with the Challenger and what could be corrected in the future. Their investigation concluded that the O-ring on the Challenger's solid rocket booster failed due to being damaged by the cold temperatures that morning. When the O-rings failed, flames began to burst out and damage the fuel tanks, causing the Challenger to explode and basically disintegrate. The overall outcomes of all of the horror and devastation that came from this caused NASA to hold off from sending astronauts into space for more than 2 years after this disaster. During this time, they had begun making many modifications and new features to help assure that they would have the safest possible launch next go-around. And successfully, in 1988, they launched the Discovery, their first shuttle in over 2 years without any flaws.